Hello, welcome to the Indie Ocean. Here's a game. This is called Johnny Carnage, as you can tell from the title screen, and it came out, I don't know, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, something like that. It's from Milkstone Studios, the developers behind Sushi Castle, Infinity Danger, Little Racist Street, Avatar Farm, an assortment of other things. And there are very mixed opinions on Milkstone. I'm not going to go into my own opinions, at least on the studio at this juncture. They're often accused of ripping off other games, most notably with Sushi Castle and its accusations regarding The Binding of Isaac, but also some other things, Avatar Farm, Infinity Danger, etc, etc. As far as I can tell, Johnny Carnage doesn't seem to be particularly influenced by other games, which is nice. Hopefully it won't take too much flack, at least for that. As to whether the game is good, well, that remains to be seen. Pretty simple concept all in all. You can see it in the how to play screen here. Jump, double jump, jump down, do some shooting, do some grenade chucking, rescue at least 5 girls to open the exit to the next level, kill some stuff, and activate turrets and buy other weapons. You'll see as we get stuck in, which we're going to do right now. Okay, so here we go. You can see it's pointing us towards a girl straight away. And here are some enemy spawners. You have to tap the button to shoot, at least with this weapon, which means you'll have a pretty tired thumb if you're anything like me. The levels do seem to be pre-designed. Here's our girl, attracting nice. And she gives us a time bonus with which to clear up the rest of the level, so that's good. Oh, okay. This has actually had an update since the last time I played it, and from what I can tell, it's become a little bit easier. I had a few complaints about the game before. One of them was that there were just too many enemies. They swamped you very, very, very quickly. And the other was that these red bullets that they shoot at you were just too hard to see. I'm not sure whether that's been improved, but there are definitely fewer enemies than there were before. I get this bonus clock here. And the enemies are a little bit less bullet spongy as well. Even the very first level was occasionally incredibly difficult. Let's pick up minigun. That's nice. Never had this one before. Whoa, that's some serious recoil there. But this is the game, basically. I know this is only the first level, but this is it in a nutshell. It just becomes, it becomes more and more intense versions of this. Running around, trying to find these girls without running out of time, and killing enemies as you do it. Where next? Over to the right. Okay, let's drop down. See if we can get past some enemies this way. Bypass those buggers that are flying around at the top. So you can see me doing a number on things with my guns, but let's use a grenade as well. Oh, completely missed. Spectacularly poor grenade throw. You also get this occasionally. If you pick up foodstuffs, you get this weird bullet time effect, which does make it easier to fight, but it's kind of weird that you can't control it. It might be more effective to... Oh god, can't quite reach up there, running out of time. It might have been more effective to allow you to save the item and just use the bullet time effect when you want to. You know, have one use of time of your choice. Because I find I'm too distracted by fighting enemies to pick up dropped items a lot of the time. So generally I often only pick up items when I've mostly cleared out the enemies, by which time pretty much all I'm doing is running from one side of the screen to the other in bullet time. Anyway, you can see I'm taking an absolute ton of hits here, because I'm just not very good at the game. But yeah, I think the exit is now open. We could go and rescue some more girls, and actually that's generally what I do, at least in the first couple of levels, but for the time being, let's just exit. In the interest of showing you the next level. Alright, room 2. And This seems like the sort of game that might be procedurally generated, but as far as I can tell, it isn't. It seems like you have the same layout each time. So level 2 is always laid out the same way, level 3 is always laid out the same way, and so on. And that's fine. There's no problem with that, really. And they both have their advantages. You know, procedural generation does give a certain replayability, but at the same time, having the same layout each time does allow you to develop strategies and cultivate speedrun tactics and that sort of thing. Alright, let's deal with these buggers. I hate these flying enemies. I find them really difficult to deal with. One of the things you may have noticed is the recoil. I remarked on that with the minigun, but even this basic pistol has recoil that you have to allow for. It will actually just push you back along the ground like this, and when you're jumping as well. So that's a feature. I don't know that I necessarily like it over not having recoil, but it is a noteworthy feature that adds an interesting development to the gameplay, at least. Alright, what's this thing? Turret? No! Well, yes, probably, but I can't afford it, because I haven't killed enough enemies yet. And that's basically the incentive to actually kill enemies rather than just running from place to place, dodging them, and hoping for the best. Let's buy that. Yeah, so now we have this turret that will just shoot at any enemies that are within range of it. Very handy, to the extent that you remain close to it, but if you move away from it much, then it becomes not that helpful. So, like a lot of things in this game, I'm in two minds as to what I think about it. And that really sums up my opinion of Johnny Carnage. Sort of, indecision. It has good things going for it. It largely controls very well. It's presented very well for an Xbox indie game. Soundtrack is decent. And I believe you can actually download the soundtrack for free. If I can find the link again, I'll put it in the description below. And this is unlike most other games. I mean, I wouldn't say it's enormously original, but there aren't that many like it on the Xbox. And it is fun in short bursts. It's kind of a pick-up-and-play arcade game, but it does have enough oddities in it that I can't give it a wholehearted recommendation. It is maybe a bit tough. The ways it's tough do feel a bit cheap, like being swamped by enemies that are hard to hit. And yeah, I don't know. I can't give it an all-out recommendation, but I do think it's worth a look. Like most Milkstone games, it's 80 Microsoft points. Yeah, I can't really either give it a recommendation for or against. You're best off looking at this, and if you think this might seem like fun, give it a go. And if you think it seems like nothing that would at all interest you, then it probably won't. I like to give a stronger recommendation either way than that, but I'm really ambivalent. I'm really on the fence about Johnny Carnage. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my very tepid views there. And rejoin me the next time for more game stuff. See you then.